Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to discuss about under the introductory agrometeorology climate change. Today's topic is the plant physiological responses of different bands of incident solar radiation. So how the plant will respond under different bands of incident solar radiation. So this is one of the important topic need to discuss under this agrometeorology. First, we are going to discuss about what are the different bands of incident solar radiation is there, and based on the different nanometer, how the different wavelengths of solar radiation is affecting the or giving effect on the plants, particularly in physiological aspects. First of all, based on the wavelength only, we are dividing the solar radiation. There are two types. One is short wave radiation and long wave radiation. Here, first, we are going to discuss the radiation more than 1000 nanometer. If any plants will expose to the solar radiation more than 1000 nanometer, so what are the effects will occur? This is the first thing. There is no specific effect on the plant activity. But what will happen means this more than 1000 nanometer means that radiation is observed by the plants, that it should be transferred into the heat. That's the reason this radiation is converted into the heat form. Same time, this radiation does not interfere any biochemical process. When more than 1000 nanometer solar radiation is incident solar radiation there, means that radiation will not affect any biochemical changes in the plants, but that will produce the heat into the plants. Okay. Second thing, when the wavelength between 1000 to 720 nanometer, what are the effects will be there means this radiation will helpful for the plant elongation. Helpful for the plant elongation. And particularly the fair red region around 700 to 920 nanometer, it is one of the important region, means fair red region, that will be helpful for. So when the plant is exposed to the fair red region around 700 to 920 nanometer solar radiation is there means that time it will be helpful for the photoperiodism of the plants, germination of the seeds, flowering and coloration of the fruits. So when the plant is exposed between 700 to 920 nanometer, that is called as a fair red region. It will improve the photoperiodism, it increasing the germination of the seeds, and it will improve the flowering and coloration of the fruits. So that is the wavelength between 700 to 920. When we are talking about 720 to 510 nanometer, this spectral region, light is strongly absorbed by the chlorophyll. So when the 720 to 510 nanometer wavelength is there means in plants having the chlorophyll, it will absorb the more amount of wavelength between the 720 to 510. It generates the strong photosynthetic and photoperiodic effect. So when the plant is exposed to the 720 to 510 nanometer, it having the nature of generating the strong photosynthetic and photoperiodic activity. Next thing is 610 to 410, the nanometer between 610 to 410. This region is called as a green and yellow region. This region will helpful for in negative way. How means this will be creating the low photosynthetic effectiveness and weak formative stage. When the plant is exposed to the 610 to 510 nanometer, that region is called as a green to yellow region. That region is called as a weak formative activity region. So less photosynthetic activity will occur. Okay. Next, the nanometer between 510 to 400 nanometer. Again, as like 720 to 510 nanometer, 510 to 400 nanometer means it is strongly absorbed by the chlorophyll, and yellow pigment absorption region will be there, particularly in the blue violet range. The photosynthetic become very strong, so the tissue formation will be occur more during the 510 to 400 nanometer. Okay, the photosynthesis will occur more in the 720 to 510 followed by 510 to 400. Next, sixth one is the nanometer between 400 to 350 nanometer, wavelength of 400 to 315. This produce the formative effect, particularly it will be negative effect. How means when the plant is exposed to the 400 to 350 nanometer, it will create the dwarfing effect of the plants and the plant leaf becoming thickening. So thickening effect will be occur and dwarfing effect will be more. Seventh, 315 to 280 nanometer. This is highly weak formative stage. Almost it is a it will create the detrimental effect of the most of the plants. When we are coming to less than 280 nanometer, all the plant tissue is killed. So particularly why means this less than 280 nanometer means almost it is a UV radiation. So due to that germicidal action will occur. So this is the different wavelength. So in this among this all 720 to 510 nanometer is highly helpful for the photosynthetic and photoperiodic effect, and 1000 to 720 nanometer is helpful. 720 nanometer helpful for photoperiodism, germination, flowering, and coloration of the fruits. And in between 510 to 400 nanometer, this nanometer is strongly absorbed by the chlorophyll, particularly yellow pigment absorption region will be there. That will be helpful for the strong photosynthetic activity. Due to this, the cell formation will occur, particularly tissue formation will occur in this region only. So you see, this is the different wavelength along with the colors. Okay. Now, what are the different factors? The distribution of the solar radiation within the plant canopy. So how the different factors is affecting the distribution of the solar radiation within the plant canopy. First one is type of plants. If example, cereal crops like paddy, wheat, this transmittivity in the range of 5 to 10% only. When it is going to broad leaves, it is having the lower value 2 to 8%. Still 2 to 8% range only will be there compared to the cereal crops. Whereas the aquatic plants means the transmittivity will be around 4 to 8%. The transmittivity changes within the age of leaf. The transmittivity, particularly the transmittivity of young leaves is more compared to the older leaves. So younger leaves will transmit more radiation compared to the older leaves. And second, age of the leaves. I already told younger leaves having the more transmittivity than the older leaves. When it is coming to the chlorophyll content, the chlorophyll content increases, the values of the transmittivity decreases. So when we are talking about arrangements of leaves, the relative light interception by horizontal and erect foliage means around 1 is to 0.44. When the leaf area index is one of the light transmittivity of more upright leaves is around 74 against the 50% of horizontal leaves. So there are two type names we call planophile and electrophile. What are the leaves plants having the horizontal leaves? That plants is called as a planophile. What are the leaves in the erect spaces? That leaves comes under electrophile. Angle of the leaves. In full sunlight condition, the optimum inclination is around 81 degree. Say at full sunlight, the leaf is placed at the optimum inclination around 4 to 5 times as a efficient in using the light as the form of horizontal leaf. So if the ideal arrangements of leaves should be lowest 13 percentage of the leaves lay angle between 0 to 30%. So almost 13 percentage, 13% of leaves angles between 0 to 30 percentage to the horizontal, and adjoining 37 percentage of leaves is angle lay around 30 to 60 percentage, and upper leaves around 50 percentage of leaves laid between the 60 to 90 percent. This is the leaves arrangements. The ideal arrangements how it means less than the 13 percentage of leaves arranged 0 to 30 degree to the horizontal. When 37 percentage of leaves is arranged 30 to 60 degree, upper leaves 50 percentage of leaves around laid in the 60 to 90 percentage. Next, plant density. In case of plant density, the graph stands not only the percent of light transmitted is more, but it is also variable within the time of the day. Particularly, minimum it will occur afternoon time, maximum occur during morning and evening hours. So the transmittivity level is more during the morning and evening hours than the afternoon. So the dense crop canopies, the light transmittivity is less. When the dense is more, the light transmittivity is less. When we are talking about plant height, when the plant height is increasing, the transmittivity of light by the canopy also decrease. That is very important. The plant height is increasing means transmittivity level is decreasing under the plant canopy. Angle of sun. The highest radiation penetration occur at afternoon time. Everyone knows the highest penetration is occur during the afternoon time. Relatively high radiation penetration occurs both in the morning as well as the before sunset due to the high proportion of the diffused light. So due to the diffused light, the relatively high radiation penetration will be occur during morning and evening before sunset due to the high proportion of the diffuse light. Next we are talking about light. Light is the nothing but visible portion of this solar spectrum. So in the solar spectrum, what are the solar radiation or spectrum can see visually? That called as a light. Around 0.39 to 0.76 micron is comes under light. So light is one of the important factor for the plant growth. It is a vital function of the plants. Particularly, it is essential for the synthesis of the most important pigment, particularly chlorophyll. The chlorophyll absorption, the chlorophyll formation will be based on the light. So it converted to the potential energy of carbohydrates. So the carbohydrates form in that connecting the link between the solar energy and the living world. Either in addition, it regulates the important physiological function. So based on the intensity of light, quality of light, intensity, quality and duration and direction of the light. Based on these characteristics, the plant characteristics will decide. So how? You see, first the light intensity. So light intensity is measured by the with standard candle unit, which instrument here means lux meter. So this lux meter, it's we are going to this normally we have to call as the standard unit is a foot candle. So is the this instrument is comes under. So under the light intensity part, this instrument is lux meter. So using this lux meter, we can easily measure the lighting intensity. Okay, based on the light intensity, we are dividing two type of plants. One is zoophytes. It is called as a shade-loving plants. Another one is heliophytes. It is sun-loving plants. Zoophytes is nothing but the plants grow better under partial shade condition. So zoophytes is nothing but the plants will grow very well under shade condition or partially shade condition means that is called as a zoophytes. Example is beetle vine, buckwheat. What is it by heliophytes means? What all the plants will produce or growth will be more under or it produce maximum dry matter and high light intensity condition means that is called as a heliophytes. So example maize, sorghum, rice. So these are all the crops comes under heliophytes. Next, intensity we discussed. Now quality of light. So the quality of light, I already told there are different colors are there. Around 400 to 700, there are different colors is there. We can visibly, this is called as a spectrum is called as a, this quality of based on the quality light. So here we can see in normal visual. So that spectrum is called as a visible spectrum light. So you see what are the colors? For violet, green, orange, blue, yellow and red region. Okay. Duration of the light. Next. How much hour duration is light is there per day? Based on this, it is one of the important characteristic to selection of the which variety we are going to grow. This response of the plants to relative length of the day and night is known as a photoperiodism. So what is my photoperiodism means? The plants can respond relatively length of the day and night is known as a photoperiodism. Based on this, we are dividing three type of plants. One is long day plants, short day plants, day neutral plants. Long day plants means the plants can develop or produce normally when the photo period is greater than the critical minimum. So almost greater than the 12 hours. The plants can grow or produce very well under sunlight more than 12 hours means that is called as a long day plants. For example, potato, sugar beet, wheat, barley. These are all the crops which comes under long day plants. What is in by short day plant means the plant which develop and produce normally when the photo period is between less than the 12 hours. So critical maximum level is 12 hours. Example, rice, sorghum, cotton, sunflower. These crops are comes under short day plants. So long day plants means potato, sugar beet, wheat, barley. When the plants grow very well under more than 12 hours sunlight. Short day plants means less than 12 hours sunlight, the plants will grow well. So rice, sorghum, cotton and sunflower. What is by day neutral plants? The day neutral plants is nothing but plants will not affected by the either day and night or simply will call as a photoperiodism. So example, tomato and maize. This will not affected by the day or night. You see here short day plants and long day plants. You see long day plants when this yellow color is lightening, this brown color means almost ash color is dark. So it is indicated that you see this if example long day means short night will be there. So here you see yellow color is day, long day is there, short night is there. So flower is the plant is indicating flower is there. So when flashlight is also there, automatically it will also giving the good yield. So same short day plants means the long night will be there. You see here when the ash color is a dark is more, light is less means that plant giving flower. So growth is good. So that is the thing. So short day plants, the day will be short, night will be more means plant growth will be high. Long day plants means day will be more, night time will be less means the plant will be, growth will be good. Duration of the light. So based on the duration of the light, so the direction of sunlight has a greater effect on the orientation of the roots and the leaves. So orientation of the roots and leaves will be varied based on the direction of the light. Particularly in temperate region, the southern slope, plants produce better growth than the northern slope region. So plants growth will be more southern slope region than the northern slope region because of the high contribution of the sunlight into the southern region. So southern region having the more sunlight will be the direction will be there. So due to that southern slope plants will be having the more growth than the northern slope. Another one term is called as a phototropism. So phototropism is nothing but the change of position or orientation of the organs of the plants caused by the light. It is called as a phototropism. If example, plant leaves are oriented to right angles towards where the incident light is there, receive maximum light radiation. You see this picture. Here window is there. The plants started to grow. Where the light is coming towards the direction the plants doing moved. So that is comes under phototropism. So phototropism is nothing but the change of position or orientation of the organs of plants caused by the light is usually called as a phototropism. You see this picture, easily you can understand these graphical pictures. The plant leaves is towards the sunlight. Where the sun is there, it will be moved towards the sunlight, maximum sunlight. So direction of the sunlight. So that is called as a phototropism. What is my photomorphogenesis? Another concept, photomorphogenesis. Photomorphogenesis means changing in the morphological of the plants due to light. Morphological characteristic will change because of the light means that is called as a photomorphogenesis. For example, when the plant is exposed to the UV light or violet rays of the sun, that morphological characteristics will change. So that is called as a photomorphogenesis. So here we three part we discussed majorly. One is photomorphogenesis, photoperiodism and phototropism. Thank you.